And we should be back. Let's launch this on. As I'm talking about stuff in the background here, I'll also open my list at the same time. I'll be switching between them. And again, I'm not here to antagonize anyone. Like what you like, I will like what I like, but I do feel like I want and need to explain why I find it this one. So I'm gonna ping on Discord one more time in case anyone wanted to join only for this part. Okay, and I can now begin. Honestly, the enjoyability of Ishin depends on if you enjoy the mechanics of the game or not. No, certainly, I agree with that. Like, don't get me wrong, I agree with that. I do agree with that, for sure. But I just want to explain why I think the way I think and put everything into order here. So, I'm gonna log into my New Game Plus file here. I started a New Game Plus on the New Game Plus so we can do this sort of thing here as I run around and demonstrate what I'm actually talking about. So I'm gonna go into an area that has enemies in it, and I'll pull up the list and my points that I've actually written, and we'll talk about it as I go. You know what, I can begin now. So first of all, I mentioned this one quite a lot when playing Sekiro, really, since the beginning I think. And that's player feedback, be it when I parry, be it when I dodge. Like there was a boss at the beginning of Sekiro, if you remember, that felt so fucking horrible to me due to it relying on its dodge. And dodging in Sekiro feels horrible. It doesn't feel good dodging in Sekiro, in my opinion. And I'm gonna demonstrate the difference right now. So, when you parry in Sekiro, what happens? You hear a sound. And that's what the game is relying on. You hear a sound. When I parry in Stellar Blade, let's see what happens. That's me blocking. That's a parry. You see that? Bam. That was parry. That's a parry. That's when I get hit. Okay, that's something else. We'll talk about that later.
C_Fo says look at the notifications channel on Discord, the one you just pinged in.
Okay. Why did I give him permission to like write anything? Anyways, this is what happens when I parry in Stellar Blade. You see that feedback? You see how fucking satisfying that feels to pull that right. This is me parrying in the game here. You get a little bit of slow motion. It doesn't get in my way of the game or anything. It gives me feedback of you did that right, and it's so fucking satisfying. Same for dodging, by the way. If I actually manage to dodge here without getting punished for it, by the dude behind me that is. Again, that's another mechanic we're gonna talk about that later. We'll wait for one of them. That's a dodging. A little bit of slow motion to give me that actual sense of accomplishment. I fucking love that. Dodging in this game feels so rewarding and fun. Look at this, it feels so rewarding and fun. And it actually fills up your meter, so I'm gonna demonstrate that right here. It has benefits. It's not just looking cool. Look at my BU above my health. Look at that as I dodge now. You see how that builds up my meter so I can actually be more aggressive and attack later? That's how you should do it. Let's clear these guys up. That felt like something that really missed in Sekiro for me. Like, bro, this feels so good to pull in this game. Every time I pull a parry in this game, I feel satisfaction. I feel so fucking good about it. Like, I cannot even stress that enough. But in Sekiro, you deflect at a much faster rate. In Sekiro, parrying is broken. In Sekiro, I can get by parrying by doing this. I'm not even joking. That's how you get by parrying in that game a lot. Especially in quick succession. Most of the time, I wouldn't even watch the enemy, and you can tell. I just got away with doing this a lot. In this game, if I now do this, look what happens to me. I get my ass fucking handed to me. If I mistime my parryings, I actually have to watch out for the enemy attack and try to parry at the correct moment. It's much less forgiving in this game, which actually surprised me. Really surprised me. Like, really, actually surprised me. Do I need to kill you? Yeah, I need to kill you. You're gonna chase me. Let's fuck this guy up for a second there. By the way, those indications, we're gonna talk about that soon. I'm not mentioning that on purpose. Let me just get that dude out of here. Yeah. This was my first point. Also, by the way, because of this, I actually found Stellar Blade to be even more satisfying when I just simply fucking attack. When I just do this, or a heavy attack like that, when I just do that, I feel like this is 10 times more satisfying. By the way, this doesn't have to be my rent. You can like join in with on the conversation, add your points or whatever. Like, there's a reason this is a stream and not a video. I could have made this a video if I wanted to. I don't want to. I want this to be an actual discussion if we can afford to do that. In Stellar Blade, I actually felt more satisfied just hitting people with a normal combo. And the reason I felt that is because of the impact you feel when you do that. I need to find one poor motherfucker over here. And we're gonna do it. Also, just running around is fine in this game, but we'll talk about that soon. And there you go, I see a fat motherfucker right there. Down here is also good. There you go, this dude. Come over here. So their AI right here, the spider AI is actually special because they are the only ones that will notice you from far away. So first of all, let's get rid of this. Dodge around. Just hitting an enemy in this game, like when you see the blood splatter and what you feel on the controller by it feels so satisfying. On other enemies, mind you, body parts are actually gonna start breaking when you do that, which is so fucking satisfying to look at. It's so cool. I'm purposely dodging right now, or not using other skills. Let's just show this. Look, did you see that? A piece of him breaking? It's so fucking satisfying with staying on the floor. It feels so good doing this in the game here. Okay, let's fuck him up here. We should die from this. It just, like, the satisfaction, the player feedback you get in this game is so much more satisfying. In Sekiro, I didn't feel satisfied even once when I pulled a cool dodge or a parry. No satisfaction for me whatsoever. Just felt like, oh, that happened. Sure. I'm gonna keep doing this. Alright. There you go. Boss dead. Sure. Sekiro is Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, but without the story and the cinematic stuff. Actually, no, it's also without blade mode and the goodbye. Yeah. Yeah. This game is not easy, mind you. This game is difficult. You know what? Let's talk about, like, my other points. We'll get to that too. Parrying enough times in Stellar Blade lets you do heavy damage with a sick cinematic animation and sound effects. Okay, like, when you parry enough times successfully in this game, you get rewarded for it. But this reward won't always end the fight, which I find so much more satisfying, because the fight is not just like over because I knew how to press the parry button enough times. I still have to follow up. So we're gonna find a heavy enemy, not this one. This one can go to fucking hell, as we'll do right here. We need to find a heavy looking enemy so I can actually demonstrate that. Not this one. This one is a pleb. We'll find... there should be one of... You know what? I know where I need to go to. So again, spiders are the only one in the game we're gonna notice you for far away for a reason. They are designed to act like this. Any other enemy, the AI is not broken. We'll also talk about that soon. It's one of the things that, if you recall, really bugged me with Sekiro. Really bugged me with Sekiro. The cool Sekiro guy. Enemies just noticing you from like 10 feet away for no fucking reason. That was so annoying. A spider is probably chasing me somewhere. Yeah, there you go. The reason I know in this game, unlike Sekiro, when you are detected by an enemy and you don't know that, Eve will actually pull her sword out because she feels the danger. You also won't speed up, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump here. Go to this side. I can bring up my point of exploring right about now, why not? Exploring in Stellar Blade feels so fun. Because it's not just you doing the cool grapple and grappling again and jumping again and grappling again. You get to grapple, you get the chillest music of all time in the background. You get to just go around and actually have fun and platform around, and it's so refreshing, and it's breaking the monotony of just like punch, boom. It really needs this. It really helps with the game. I honestly enjoy just running around, solving puzzles, and having fun. I don't think Sekiro really rewards you for spamming L1. You can watch my playthrough and see that it's like, it certainly does. It's certainly helped me beat bosses on a first try. More than one, because I didn't actually have to think most of the time. I could just do this, Maybe wait a little bit and just continue doing this when I need to. Worst case scenario, I block. I got away with it. I got away with it so fucking much. Did I spam it for every attack? Not for every attack that I recall, but you can like actually watch it and see. So let's see what happens here if I actually parry this dude enough times. 2 more times, you can tell by the yellow things. There you go. So what happens right now, if I ambush him, I get rewarded for it. I do this. The enemy doesn't immediately die, like in Sekiro, as you can see here. I still need to follow up. I still need to react. I still need to stay on my toes. I still need to either parry or dodge or whatever the fuck I need to do. And only then I get to finish him off. Now, mind you, this is a new game plus. My damage here is unreal. My damage here is like... yeah. This is a new game plus on a new game plus. I am almost fully maxed out. I did miss a couple of things my first time playthrough. But I am almost fully maxed out. So me annihilating an enemy like that with a basic attack is not something that's gonna happen. Usually, you need to think a lot more about what you're doing. And I enjoy this. I enjoy the fact that unlike in Sekiro, I can just do this, parry, and then the enemy fucking dies. No. I enjoy the fact that I still need to follow that up. It's not that simple. Do you know... okay. Okay. This one drove me insane. Guys, do you know when Stellar Blade taught you core mechanics of your basic abilities? Can anyone guess when the game taught me that I can dodge or the shield breaks when I hold? Because I replayed the game, I can tell you all of that. Do you know when the game taught me these things? When the game showed me these tutorials? When the game let me learn all of this stuff? That's right, in the first mission. How did you know? Do you know when the game taught me more stuff? Right as I got it, that's right. When do you think Sekiro explained to us core abilities in the game? That's right, right about the middle of the fucking game, I'd say. Oh, and before a boss where it's gonna be relevant in its final phase. Only taught by reading, mind you, not by showing. Peak fucking tutorial, in my opinion. Remember that lightning dodge? It was really fun reading that once on a wall and then never getting the instructions ever again right before a boss where it's only mandatory in the final phase of this one. But wait, we'll touch about that point later too. Don't even worry about it. So I already showed you the parrying and dodging fills up your skill meters, aka, and that's something that really missed in Sekiro in my opinion. It's actually rewarding the player with more options during a fight. It's actually rewarding me with more skill options, more beta skills, or red points. It's rewarding me with more of that, so look at my points right about now. I'm almost maxed out, right? Let me do this once. Clear this area up right here and do this to waste a little bit of skill points. Now see what happens when I parry. I get more. I get that. See what happens if I dodge correctly. I get more red points. I get rewarded to be more aggressive when I perform a parry or a dodge correctly. This is wonderful. This is wonderful player feedback. This is a wonderful system, because it's not just you parrying from the start of the game to finish and then pressing the attack button when you finish parrying. It's actually letting you do more. It's letting you be more aggressive for playing correctly. I fucking love this. It's part of the fun of the game. If I go into a boss challenge right now, you know what? I'm going to demonstrate that too. So you'll see how it usually looks like, mind you, if you're doing that. If you come up to a boss or if you die or whatever. And if you've been here, you've seen it before, right? This is nothing new. It's just now me actually showing the major difference in game. If we go ahead and we do a boss here. We'll choose a boss. You know what? We'll do Raven. Why not? I'm gonna quit the boss halfway. I'm not gonna finish it, mind you. We'll do Raven on hard mode. And settings are from my last save, so it's the same character, mind you. Nothing new there. Look at my skills. Look at my skills, where my health should be. They got the K-pop battle. Look at my skills. All empty, right? All skills are empty. What happens if I parry? I slowly start building this up. When I attack, I still build that up. Oh, I have two. Beta skill ready. I got rewarded for playing correctly. I still parry, look at that. I'm slowly building it up. Oh, there you go. I can now start punishing if I want to because I have enough. Let me punish her by knocking her down, breaking the shield. There you go. Look at that. I actually get rewarded for playing the game correctly. It's not just me mashing the parry. I can mash the parry button if I want to. Do you know how fast I would die if I do that? Especially in hard mode. There you go. I also dodge. Oh, didn't dodge this one. Fair. Punish her for this one, because I reacted in time. It's not like I remember the boss moveset, mind you. I'm playing really slow right now. I'm not playing fast on purpose. But look at my bars now. Look at my fucking bars. Both blue and red. Everything is gold. I can now start punishing the enemy by doing things here. But are you going to try it because they put the tutorial? Yes, of course I'm going to try it because they put the tutorial. It's pretty much mandatory because if the lightning attack... You know, again, I'll talk about that later in a second. By the way, I'm gonna mash like the parry button from now on during this fight. We'll see what happens if I do this like Sekiro. Mind you, I have full HP here. I would die so quick. And this is only the first phase. This is only the first phase. You should see this shit on the later one. If you'd stand still, you would die so quick. Okay, another thing I'd like to talk about here. Okay, we talked about parrying and dodging filling the skills. And why I like that. Sekiro missed something like that. We'll talk about the skills on Sekiro in a second too. Combat. In short, Stellar Blade has combos and skill that you unlock over the game. In Sekiro, you press square and spam the parry button. Now, how you played in the beginning of this game, what I'm trying to say, and how you play at the ending of this game is entirely different. And I think the perfect way to do this demonstration, I've come prepared, people. I've come prepared. So this is gonna be how I play the game when I finish it. Hard mode. Mind you, how I start, like how you finish the game. This is the state you'll be in. We'll find an enemy here. We can demonstrate it on properly. You've been chosen, spiders and big guys. Let's kill these guys really quick. I'm not even blocking them, mind you. My HP is so full here. I don't even care. This guy. This is how I play with a finished build. He's already dead, but you know, you get the overkill. I can punish, I can use every single skill that I have here to my advantage. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna see how you play the game when you start it. We're gonna see how you are playing Stellar Blade when you start the game. Mind you, it's going to be really fucking different. So we have this save right here. It's the beginning of the game, nothing... No skills here, nothing unlocked. No double jump even, as you can see here. I think he'll want me to rest first, so let me do that real quick before I move on. You're gonna see the difference. I'm gonna skip it. No, we can't actually skip it. This is something I didn't like. Anyway, what I'm trying to show you. In Stellar Blade, you actually get skills. You actually build up skills to your arsenal. Everything is added. In Sekiro, you begin with pressing the parry button and then attacking sometimes with the same combo that you have from the beginning. This is how you finish the game too in Sekiro. Nothing changes in your arsenal. You don't feel like your character actually grew in an arsenal or skillful or any meaningful way, mind you. I felt like the exact same thing, just more HP. And I hate that. A spider in this mode could give you so much trouble. I'm using, by the way, a combo here. I'm using both a normal light attack and a heavy attack, but I'm trying to find a fatter looking guy here. I know there's one up there. Also, the music is so fucking good. My character felt like she actually grew when I play the game. He didn't respawn here. Unlucky. The soundtrack in this game needs to get an award. Like, seriously. I'm still waiting on them to release the soundtrack, by the way. Maybe there's one there. One big guy somewhere. There should be down there. Now that I remember. Or in the store over here. He wants us to upgrade. Unlucky. Well, you get the point. I don't have any skills here. Only the things I had from the beginning. Nothing else. I don't have any beta skills. I don't have anything to my arsenal. How I play the game right about now would be entirely different to how I played it when I finished it. And I love that. I love that I actually get to grow with the game and its mechanics. Okay. Parry is actually less forgiving in Blade. I don't know if it's gonna surprise you or not, but parrying in the game is way less way less forgiving. Sekiro, it's actually really forgiving. That's why you could get away with spamming the button right there, the parry button, and get away with it. Not in Stellar Blade though. You will get punished very easily, but that only makes it more satisfying to do right in quick successions. I am putting this out there right now. I'm not asking for Sekiro to be an easy game. I don't want that. I don't want a game to be a cakewalk. I want the game to be fun, and I feel like what I got there is just not fun compared to all of the things I did here before. And again, maybe if I played Sekiro before Stellar Blade, maybe my thoughts would be different. I don't know. I can't tell you. I have no idea. But in comparison, Sekiro feels so bland. It feels so lacking. Alright, I gotta go, but if you enjoyed Stellar Blade more than Sekiro, I get why. Yeah, that's me yapping about here. Fight variations, okay? AKA parrying, dodging, stunning. During one fight in Stellar Blade, you will have to do all of these things, or you'll meet different enemies that force you to do those things. In Sekiro, it's the same fucking thing every time. It's me going like this, and then this, and that's it. Every single enemy in the game will force you pretty much to do this, and worse yet, every enemy in the game will force you to just fucking stealth it. That's how you get through most of the areas in Sekiro. Also, this game has a more unique enemy variation, in my opinion. Some of them will be more aggressive, some of them will be slower, etc. And yet none of them are annoying. Unlike the shield guys in Sekiro, or the headless fucking cunts, or that butterfly boss where I do this mid-fight. This is what I legit did mid-fight. I ran around in a fucking circle, waiting for that to finish, so I can play the game. When I see a headless cunt in Sekiro, I go in Sekiro, I go nope, I do a 180. I don't want anything to do with it. It's not fun to fight that with that mechanic. I don't recall a single fucking time in Stellar Blade where I've seen an enemy and I went nope, I don't want to deal with that. Nope, I don't want to fight that. It's not fun. It never happened. It never happened here. And now we get to the skills. We have actual useful and cool skills that don't fuck you over when you use them. Mind-blowing, really. First of all, because the way transitioning works between shielding and attacking in Stellar Blade. If I hold this and I press attack, I'm gonna do a skill, mind you. I'm not going to immediately attack like in Sekiro. You also start with this skill from the beginning. You're never taught you could do that, so you're good. That's one thing. Second of all, transitioning here. You see, she takes a little bit of time before you actually attack. There's a slight delay here. You gotta time it right. You actually have to time it right. Even if I don't have any like skill points, I'm not gonna do anything if I press the attack button. That may sound like a bad thing, but it actually really helps. And forget that. Look at how many skills I have. I have square, I have triangle, I have circle, I have X, and I can do that with the other variation as well by holding R1 instead of L1. They use every single button of the controller to give me here access in the game, and I fucking love that. The controls don't get in my way. The skills don't get in my way. They actually help me when I try to do things. Okay, like, I think that's a good thing. Second of all, even if you do accidentally use a skill, okay, in this game, what happens is that the enemy will get stunned if that hits him. So, to demonstrate, notice me, you fat fuck. Notice how the enemy is not fucking blind here. So, if he's gonna attack, and I do this accidentally, I stun him, because I've used a skill that cost currency, and they know it costs currency, so I should still get some sort of value for it, and not just let it fucking go to waste, or fuck me over and kill me. Granted, it could still happen, you could still fuck yourself over, but that would be your fault, and not the control's fault. And that's what I want. I want to be able to blame myself, especially in a challenging game. I want to be able to blame myself and not the game and its controls. It doesn't take 4 fucking business days to initiate and hit an enemy, like in Sekiro, or any skills that I tried in Sekiro, which got me hit and mostly killed most of the time. If you fuck up in this game, it's up to you. It's because of you. It's on you. That's the way it should be, in my opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong. Skills in Stellar Blade are added to your arsenal. I talked about this as you progress the game, giving you a wonderful feeling of growth, not just by HP bar and skill bar raising alone. As you can see here, my HP bar rose greatly from where we started. That's a good thing. And yet that's the only way, not the only way my character grew, because we also have skills as we unlock throughout the game actually being useful over here. Yeah. You have all of this. You don't have to choose just one, limiting the way you grow in the game. What if the first skill you got in Sekiro is the one you like? You're never gonna grow in that game. Your abilities are never going to change. It's gonna be the same thing where you start the game and when you finish the game. That could maybe be a good thing for people, not for me. I don't like that. I really don't like that. I don't like it when I don't feel as if I grew in the game at all. As if my character is the exact same. Doesn't feel like I went on a journey. Doesn't feel like I accomplished anything. Feels like, yeah, I'm just hanging out here. You know, it is what it is. I don't like that feeling. I really don't like that feeling. Also, in Stellar Blade, when you unlock or want to unlock a skill, or you know, you're just looking at skills, you can actually see what a skill is doing by a video demonstration. Now, my camera may be blocking that, so I'm gonna move it, but do you see that beautiful thing right here? If I want to learn what a skill is doing, or how you do it, they have an actual video explaining together with a button combination, showing me what I need to do. It's not just reading in the air. And if that wasn't enough, do you see bottom right corner? Enter training. So let's say a skill looks a little more convoluted to me. Like this, let's say a perfect parry looks weird to me and I'm not sure how they do it here. I press this button right here. I go to my resting spot first. Fair enough, honestly. Can do that mid-fight. You go here, you choose the skill you wanted to do. Let's say it was not blank. Let's take something that looks a little more confusing for people. After reflection, let's say. Sure, you know what, why not? Let's go into training. Say I'm not sure how to use a skill, and I feel like this skill is something I gotta master before a boss or whatever. You have a camp before a boss, mind you. I go here, I have my options. They teach me what to do here. I do this. And now they tell me, after reflection, hold both of these. Okay, let me try again until I get that right. I can take my time, I can learn. Okay, I do this. After reflection, I still didn't get it. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, let me try again. I can take my time here and learn. I can actually take my sweet time, learn to master the ability, learn to be comfortable with it before I use it in a boss. This is wonderful. I can even turn off like the energy or enemy attacks here. I can change his pattern if I want to, only me attacking, only special attacks. I can choose how I want to do this. Again, getting me comfortable with what I'm doing here. That's so important. So let's actually pull off the skill now. Let's say I tried hard. I do this, I go back, and I hold just after they taught me. Wonderful. Amazing. Let's go again. Say, I still want to do this. I still want to learn. Did not have enough. I can take my fucking time learning, and that's the important part here. That's the amazing part in this game. It doesn't just teach me on a fucking written tutorial what I'm supposed to do. It actually lets you try it out. Mess with it yourself, getting comfortable with it. Okay? Again, it's almost as if, guys, when you learn gaming mechanics, you'd like to learn them by fucking playing and not reading. Meanwhile, Sekiro not only teaches you skill just by reading, it also decided to teach you a new button combination against an attack by showing you the instructions once on a wall, then never show them again until the attack hits you. During the boss, in its final phase. It won't work, by the way, according to you guys too, and according to what I got here, right? If you jumped a little early, or a little late, or if the enemy is slightly in a different angle than expected. That's what one of you said during the final boss. Also, if you mess it up and you get hit for trying to pull the mechanic out, you'll get hit by full damage, just in case you survived. You'll also be stunned and not allowed to move, and you will die for trying to pull off a mechanic that you're not even sure how to do because the game didn't teach you properly. After having so much practice on this mechanic in a single boss in Sekiro, the game then proceeds to only use that attack again like 12 hours later in the final area of the game, with no way of seeing the instructions again in case you forgot. And in the final phase of the final boss too, with no other option of practicing it aside from going back to that one area and hope the enemy will use it on you when you're ready. Now that's big fucking design, isn't it? Really giving the player time to be comfortable with a skill that is pretty much mandatory for the final boss in the game. But you can just ignore this mechanic. Come on, one of you say it. Come on, one of you say it. You can just ignore this mechanic. I'm sure one of you will want to say it. Sure you can. You can also, by the way, ignore the attack button in Sekiro, since you just need to smash the parry button till you win. Does that mean you'll do that? Probably not, but you could. You can also, by the way... I'll leave that for now. I want to bring that up later. I'll leave that for now. There's a reason they put this mechanic in the game. And that's because you need to use it. So your next copium argument, I'm sure, because we've heard it here before. I've been ready for this. Your next copium argument will probably be, but it's really simple and easy to pull it off because I did it. First of all, no. Getting the timing right with the correct button combination with the correct realization of when you need to use it during the final phase of a boss fight is not simple, especially if it's been a while since you read the instructions, mind you. Second of all, according to that logic, well, I as a GM Genji in Overwatch think Genji's combos are really easy and simple. So I'm going to explain it to you, someone who has maybe 8 hours on the game, only once. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you guys a specific combo only once. It's for a very specific attack of a certain flying hero that's shooting you. It's really simple. You press E, then after a second you press jump, then you shift, then you jump, then you right click, then you melee. Really simple. I'm not gonna repeat the instruction. That's on you if you got it or not. You're only gonna have to do this in 30 to 60 minutes ever since I explained it, by the way. And you can't practice this beforehand. I'm not going to repeat the instructions or write them down anywhere from now on. You have to do this. Like, if you remember, you remember. Good luck. Nor am I telling you what the indication for when to do this combo actually is, by the way. I just told you, flying hero, certain attack. Like, you do you. You'll know it when you see it, basically, right? I'm not even going to tell you what damage mitigation you should expect when doing this, by the way. Oh, and you're gonna have to do this in the game-deciding fight. So it's either, you know, you do it and win, or you die and lose. Good luck. Anyone here who plays Overwatch, anyone here, could you tell me what enemy I'm talking about? What hero am I talking about? Based on these, like, explanation. Anyone? You're online, yeah? You came right into a yapping session. Could anyone tell me what hero this is? I mean, it's really simple for me, though, so it's almost as if I've had a ton of practice and I'm familiar with Genji in the game, or something. No, it's not Pharah, no, you're wrong. It's not Pharah, it's actually Echo. And this is, by the way, a way to kill Echo when she's using sticky bombs and you deflect 1 or 2 back at her. You have to expect some damage mitigation when you do it, mind you, especially if you fail, because you will die. But it's Echo. Echo sticky bombs. When you play Genji, this is how you could kill Echo. A very simple combo as well, in my opinion. I mean, if you get away with it with Sekiro, I get to get away with it here. I mean, why not? It's the same thing. I just did the exact same thing. It's really simple, though, in my opinion. Truly, one of the simplest mechanics of... one of the simplest combos in the game, actually, for Genji. To be perfectly fair. Very intuitive as well. But I'm not gonna write the instructions down anywhere, so... like, good luck. When you see it, you'll do it. Right? Right. Alright, moving on. Platforming! I apologize if I sound antagonistic to you. I came prepared. That's why. I came ready to debate. I came ready to destroy, mind you. I came ready to eat Sekiro lovers alive. They are not getting away with it. They are not getting away with it. So, platforming. I'd like to talk about platforming in this game, because variety is important. Platforming in this game doesn't just consist of grappling here, because if you try, you will die. If you just try to jump down, in Sekiro you get away with it. Here not. So I feel like the variety of platforming in this game is really fun. You either run on walls as we did before. There's even like the hypertube sections actually. There's another one in the Great Desert, which in this particular save we have not unlocked yet, unfortunately. But in this game it's really fun. You get to slide on ropes. You actually get to do a rope swing as well. In certain scenarios, I'm gonna let go here and fall down. You get to cancel fall damage by actually timing yourself correctly. It's not gonna work from any height, mind you. But I think, for example, from here I could demonstrate this. So you have climbing sections, like these, which really breaks up the monotony. It's really fun to explore and find stuff here, be it the cans that Eve can find to give you upgrades later, or be it when you find... Actually, we'll talk about what you can find later, but you actually get rewarded for doing this correctly. So double jump is not going to cancel it, but me pressing the jump button again, right there, what I did, that canceled the fall damage. And you'll see that if I actually just straight up jump down now, without pulling this off, I will immediately get hit by quite a bit of damage. So I jump, I don't fuck it up, and there you go. I got hit by quite a bit of damage. Now this is a new game plus, but this is hard mode, meaning enemies will fuck me up if I let them. So once again, you actually get rewarded for timing your jumps correctly in this game. Look at this. It's fun. And you get to do it. Again, platforming. I do enjoy platforming. I feel like it's very varied in this game. It's not just press, grapple, jump, grapple, har, har, har. It's way more varied here. Way more free here, honestly. Combined with the fact that exploring actually gives actual rewards and not what feels like shit I could buy in a store. So never in my life in Sekiro did I explore somewhere in the game and I felt rewarded for it. Honestly, I don't feel like we ever got a nice reward for doing that. In this game, you could find so many rewards. I'm gonna move my camp so we can see here. You can find so many rewards in this game when you explore, be it the expo spines, which you could equip on based on what you like and based, you know, on what you don't like or whatever. You can upgrade them later too, by the way, so that's always fun. Finding your preferred playstyle in the game. You could find other gear to help you, for example, adding more shield if you want to, and again, just accommodating to your playstyle. It's fun going around looking for these. You can find diving suits, so-called. You can find whatever you want to wear in the game, whatever your kink is, I guess. I do always find myself going back to the planet diving suits that you could find in the game. I do enjoy them. There's also the one from New Game Plus, which is cool, the one Raven has, or the Fluffy Bear one. That's such a nice troll. I like doing that too. Yeah, depends on you really. You want to go and be a babe in a swimsuit as you fight? Sure, find the swimsuit first. Earrings, clothes for other characters in the game. Like, there's so much shit you can find here, which is really, really cool. And we're not even mentioning upgrades, because you could find, if you find enough health upgrades by exploring, you get to upgrade your health. You could find enough beta cores to upgrade your beta skills. You could find enough to upgrade the drone that you have to have more ammo. And it's just fun to explore. You can find the cans, you can find a lot of cool things by exploring in this game, and it's encouraged, which brings me into the other thing. This game has, Sekiro didn't have this. I'm not here to complain about Sekiro not having this. I'm here to explain why I prefer Stellar Blade over Sekiro. Puzzles. This game, in quite a number of sections, coincidentally, in the section we are right now, for example, this game has a lot of puzzles. It has really interesting puzzles that, again, gives you really nice reward. It gives you a reason to explore. So right here, if I remember correctly, there should be a ball. Some puzzles are really simple, some of them are a little more confusing. Take this one, you see two of these. Okay, we have a ball, we gotta push this into one of them, right? Yeah, there you go. Now we have to find another ball. It's fun. Like, it's actually fun just going around solving puzzles and getting rewarded for it. And again, it breaks the gameplay monotony. It brings variety. I can always just move on to the story mission, but if I did that, then why the fuck am I playing an open world game? This game actually uses open world to its own advantage, and again, I really appreciate that. I had a lot of fun hunting cans for New Game Plus and just going around the map and exploring everything, because there's so much cool shit you can find. There's in the Great Desert, you can find an opera house, kind of like Nier Automata opera house, and it's so cool. Like, I heard the music from far away just playing, and I was curious, so I went in there, and I saw an opera house, and I found a health upgrade in there, and turns out there's a side mission connected to that place. It was so cool, exploring and being rewarded for it. It was so fun. Sekiro doesn't really do that. Nor do I think they tried to do it. In a way they did. They kind of like tried hiding packages of sort, giving you like the poison items and shit. Like, not my thing. Like, it feels like these mandatory items for some fights, it felt like those things are supposed to be in a store and not in exploration reward, really. Tell which game is better, Stellar Blade or Nier? You're asking if Stellar Blade or Nier Automata. I would say I actually did overall enjoy Stellar Blade's combat more, and especially bosses more, but story-wise, Nier like clears it out of the fucking park. It's not even a question. Story-wise and characters, this game is not very good at it, and yet it's still somehow better than Sekiro. That actually was mind-blowing to me when I realized this. The characters in this game are non-existent, and yet somehow they're still better than Sekiro. That was for me the second I realized that. So again, we have reasons to actually explore. I listed it, but you know what? We'll read it again. Why not? We have a reason to explore the levels and or the open world, and not just run along. Rewards are actually a thing, be it materials that you can find. If you're not finding anything special, materials could be used to upgrade your suits or whatever. Upgrades straight up, skins, etc. There's so much cool shit to find. You are encouraged to explore. They're taking advantage of the fact that they are an open world game, and I really do appreciate that. Another point, this one could be debatable. This one you might not agree with. This game is cool as fuck. This game has style. It looks cool as fuck. It controls cool as fuck. The animations are so fucking cool. Say right here, for example, this dude's gonna rush me. Bam, I fucking do this. He falls on the floor. I get to go slow motion when I use the skill correctly with the animation and everything. It's like, bam. He's going back, by the way. He's gonna probably rush me. Yeah, I'm preparing. Dodge out of the way. He's gonna fall down. I need to punish again. 1. It looks so fucking cool. Like, look at that. That's a normal enemy, by the way. It's not a boss. This is a normal enemy. This is so cool. This is just a normal enemy. This is the style this game has on a normal enemy. Why does it work here with the cool animations and not really in Sekiro, in my opinion, even though Sekiro did have things that could have been cooler? First of all, cinematic. This game is much more cinematic, and I actually appreciate that in games in this day and age. It gives style to the game. With Sekiro, it didn't really do that. But I digress, that's something else. Alright, so I've demonstrated a few fights here, right? And I think you've all, even someone who's not familiar with the game or the way it works, I think you all noticed one thing. There are actual clear attack indications that you're taught to react to throughout the game. The indicators don't make things easier for the player, just clearer for the player on what to expect. So basically, we've seen that a few times now by just me fighting. Red, like an enemy glows red, right? That doesn't mean an enemy is immediately going to attack. That means an enemy is going to perform a series of attacks. You don't know how many attacks he's gonna pull in, or in what intervals, in what way. You just know he's going to be attacking one after the other. You prepare for it. You prepare to parry a lot. You prepare to dodge. You prepare in your head a counter-attack plan. Sekiro doesn't do that. In Sekiro, you get away with just mashing this one button, but we'll talk about that too. Blue indicator. You've seen the blue indicators, right? We have on certain enemies here. That means prepare to dodge forward to punish. It only works with the correct timing. So if I actually spam this, it's not going to work. It's going to fail. I'm going to probably die if I don't do that correctly. Purple attacks, that means dodge backwards to punish. Again, only works with the correct timing, and this one will certainly kill you if you mess that up. Yellow is unparryable, either dodge or run. Now, these indicators by no means, shape, or form mean, oh, okay, I dodge once forward and I immediately punish, no problem, and there you go, I won the fight. No. The more you play the game, the harder this is going to get to either like time or anything else. Okay, it's not going to be easy to do. And not just that, these indicators could be very easily followed up, especially by bosses. Bosses tend to follow all of these up, okay? They tend to follow all of these up. What that could mean, and I think that happened to me just now with the Raven fight, she could do a blue attack and I dodge forward, and she actually blocks my attack and she'll try to do that immediately again. If you're not reactive, you're not ready, you panic, you will get hit for a lot of damage, you'll die. Sometimes it's even more than that, by the way. You could like get a blue attack, and then you'd have to do a purple one or dodge from a yellow attack. It really depends. The thing is, these indicators we're getting in this game, they make life clearer. Imagine if we didn't have any of those, like in Sekiro. And before saying, no, that's not true. In Sekiro, you have a red thingy, by the way, which means you have to dodge. Guys, what they're doing here is a way to make sure you don't feel confused or overwhelmed during a fight. They don't overwhelm or confuse you with your systems and mechanics. It's helpful, it doesn't take anything from the challenge, it only adds to it. Meanwhile, in Sekiro, you get a red indicator for an attack you can't dodge, until sometimes you can, if they consider it a thrust. How would you know if it's considered a thrust or not? Try and either get hit or die. Yeah, something. Not our problem now. Now you could say, no, it's painfully obvious. I've had a few times where I tried doing the thrust dodge thing, and I probably mistimed it. Sure, but because I mistimed it, I didn't know if it was considered a thrust attack or not, and I didn't want to use it until someone in chat said, someone with experience said, oh, this is a thrust attack, you can, by the way, dodge it. Why do I have to rely on outside information like that in a game? Why can't I know, oh, I get to use the mechanic right here? Why not give it a different indicator? Again, getting an indicator doesn't mean, oh, I immediately do this and I win. That's not what indicators are for. Imagine if Stellar Blade had no indicators. If I had to, like, guess. That would overwhelm you, especially during a fight. Especially during your first time fighting something. That's like, I don't think that's good design. I apologize. I think it's horrible. I think it's a horrible way to confuse a player. It's the same thing, by the way, for the one where you Goomba stomp an enemy. Why not just give this an actual indication? Why do I have to guess when I get to do what? Helping the player understand when they can use your system isn't called making your game easier, it's called good fucking design. You can disagree with it. Like, everything that I'm saying here, you could honestly go, no, that's not true. I don't think that way. Or go, I don't know, go whatever you want with all of this information. Really, up to you. I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm right. I'm explaining why I think the way I think and what I look for in a game. You don't really just spam the parry button in Sekiro with zero thinking. You kind of press it, but in a certain timing, otherwise it's punishing you. Did you see me play the game? Did you see me go through the monk boss fight? That was mostly me doing this. I don't have to think about anything, mind you. Maybe I watch an attack right, like sometimes, maybe not. I can get away by doing this because that guard is still up, okay? In this game, when I do this and I let go for a second like that, I will get hit. This does not count as a guard. If I do this as a boss attacks, I will get hit for like trying to cheat the system, so-called. That's really smart. That is actually really smart of them. Alright, we talked about that. Stealth. It's time we should bring that up here. Holy shit. So, guys, would you say Sekiro is a stealth game? Because I would certainly say no fucking way. And yet for some reason, Sekiro encourages me to stealth the whole game when I come up to normal enemies, instead of actually fighting them with the systems of the game. Now, you also have stealth in Stellar Blade, right? Stealth is not a solution for everything here. Let's just put that out of the way. Combat is not only encouraged in this game, but is actually fun, and that's a massive W. Sekiro, in a way, actually forced you to just stealth or get overwhelmed by enemies clearly not designed for the combat of the game with their numbers. So in this game, what happens if I stealth a group of enemies per se? If I ambush this dude, I don't actually get to immediately ambush the next guy. He will notice me. He will know. I also don't get to just run away from a fight, by the way, in levels. Now, open world, maybe I could try. Not really, though. because Eve is actually running slower on purpose. When that happens, plus they actually chase you down like that. They found a way to go, okay, sure, stealth will give you the upper hand in a fight. Do use it at the beginning. By the way, that's a purple attack. And I'm still ready before I launch forward and do anything else to this dude, because I'm being ready in case he's gonna like counter-attack with it somehow. Stealth is encouraged to begin the fight, not to solve the whole problem for a fight. Okay? Like, this game in no way, shape, or form ever made me go, oh, I want to ignore all these enemies. I'm gonna ignore them, or I have to stealth here for 30 minutes just for them to respawn. It never happened. When I come to this situation, I see an enemy, I'm not gonna go, oh, I'm gonna ignore the enemy, because why would I bother in this game? The game is not like encouraging me to do it. It's not rewarding me for doing that. Why would I do this? By the way, he's blocking right here. If I fail this, he's gonna try to punish me with a heavy hitting attack right there, which again is fun. When I see a group of enemies right here, and I can scan, like that's a massive double. We'll talk about that soon. When I see a group of enemy right here, I'm not going, oh, I'm just gonna run through them, because why would I fight here? It's not fun. It's really not fun fighting a group of enemies in Sekiro. And this game, I'm looking forward to it so fucking much. And don't get me wrong, I can get overwhelmed if I fuck up so hard. Look at this. They could like kill my ass so fucking quick if I'm not being careful. But you know what the difference is in this game? You have actual fucking skills that you can use, that you are encouraged to use, that you will get rewarded for using. I can do this here. I'm not going to ignore the level design or the enemy design of the game. I actually am going to use it. How did I do this, by the way? So you can say no, but you can prepare it. If you've noticed at the beginning of the fight, I chose to not use a skill on purpose. I chose to deflect 1 or 2. That was to get my my skills ready. If we pretend they weren't ready already. That's what I did it for. To demonstrate you can actually do this. You don't need to ignore enemies or level design in this game. How is this a good feature in any game out there? How is that a good feature, forcing you to ignore to ignore level design? I would never understand that. How is that a good thing? Enemies are not swarming, forcing you to just hide, kill, repeat. They will if they if I'll do what I did here, which was like play like a dumbass. They will, but look at this situation. Look how many enemies there are here. They're not going to swarm me, because this game realizes it controls best and it's made best for one heavy enemy at most, and then lighter enemies around it. They know it, they accept it, they don't force the exact same enemy 35 times in a row here, because again, they know, look at that, I killed one normal enemy, only this one noticed. On purpose. We have this one right here too. Now I'm gonna play this how you would play at the beginning of the game, when you don't have a lot of skills on anything. You would only have one skill, this. And I'm not gonna use it to follow up as well, because at the beginning of the game you wouldn't have that. So I kill the lighter enemies, which is what you're encouraged to do. This one is trying to kill me. This one will do that. I get to punish it. You have that at the beginning of the game. That's why I'm allowing myself to do it. Now only this guy is left. He's doing a red attack. I don't know how many attacks, by the way. I'm just reacting to the weapon. I'm actually watching him because I know I can't spam it down. In no way here was I forced to just run away and hide and ignore the level design. Never happened in this game, even once. In Sekiro, every single fight, every single moment that happened. That's not good. And my favorite point, by the way, that I'm going to talk about now. Hello, yo, you came in at a wonderful time hearing me yap if you're interested. My favorite point here in comparison to Sekiro, the camera is not a fucking boss in the game, okay? The camera actually works in this game. If I go during a fight and we fight here, you know what would happen to the camera? It would go through this, so I can actually see what my character is fucking doing. But you'll never be in this situation in the first place, because the game realizes there's a reason the enemies were placed here and they would notice me here. That's because the game knows I don't want to fight here. But again, even if you would, the camera would make it work. And not only that, the controls are actually good and intuitive. Just running is not annoying as fuck. You don't for some reason use this thing to attack. I still have no idea why they would ever do that in the game, but sure, maybe you like it, maybe not. To run in this game, I don't need to hold the dodge button, because, you know, maybe when I'm running, I would like to actually dodge, but I digress. To run in this game, I press the fucking analog stick, so I don't have to let go of any button. I can still control the camera while doing it. I can still react to things while doing it. That's so fucking good. And again, we talked about the button layout for skills. It doesn't get in the way. It's really, really easy to use, really self-explanatory. Not gonna fuck you over. The controls are not going to fuck you over, neither will the camera. That's wonderful. Again, I said it, I'm just gonna read it one more time. You literally don't ignore enemies and just run along to the boss because it's safer. You actually fight them and clear areas as you go, because there's not a gazillion of them in one place, overwhelming you in a way that is not designed or made with the game's combat in mind. So again, when I play this game, when I go through a level, I'm not running and ignoring every single enemy in the game, nor will it actually let me. I can pray it will, but no. You are actually fighting enemies proper. You are actually clearing the areas as you go. You actually learn from this as you go. The game is not just, oh, there's a boss right there on that cliff. Let me just go ahead and ignore everything that's gonna be in my way to get through that cliff. You will actually clear the enemies. I don't know what that dude is fucking doing. We're gonna leave him alone. That looks terrifying. If there's an enemy by that tree, I would fight everything in the way here. Problem is I already killed him. I don't ignore enemies in this game. I actually interact with them. I interact with the level design of the game. Mind-blowing, I know, truly. Surprising. I feel, personally, there's way more skill expression in Stellar Blade, especially after my New Game Plus. And I think the best way to demonstrate this point right here would not just be looking at skills, but actually doing one boss in the game. Like doing an actual one boss that gave me trouble in the game. And what better way to do it, and we'll do it later with the final boss that fucked me over the first time, the final boss that I hate. You have a YouTube channel? No, not really. Not an English one at that. I used to have a Hebrew one. Used to. You guys are probably crying about that. But I've kind of quit that one. Also, minigames. This game has minigames. They help with gameplay variety. Again, talked about it. Music, it's amazing. Keeps you going during bosses, during menu, during anything, everywhere. Phenomenal. Music is just phenomenal in this game. Really gets you into the mood. It's more cinematic in comparison to Sekiro. Again, I mentioned that. I talked about this. No need to repeat. Then again, I like it. It's okay if you're like, I actually don't like the fact that this game is cinematic. That's cool. Like, again, taste. Bosses in this game are actually fun. Each and every boss here, each and every boss in this game since the beginning is actually fun, because none of them, let me put myself here. I'm sorry guys, I'm blocking your view. It is what it is. Bosses in this game, except for that one time, are actually fun. Because none of them have an annoying mechanic out of nowhere. None of them will be like, oh, I'm an illusion now, run around the room until I finish. None of them be like, oh, if you block enough times, you're gonna die. Because fuck you, that's why. None of them are gonna be like, oh, you're poisoned now, so you're losing health over time. That's really fun for you, isn't it? None of them are like that. Each and every boss, from the beginning until the end, except that one time. You know what, even he doesn't actually have a new mechanic out of nowhere or an annoying one out of nowhere. He's like, something else is wrong there. We'll talk about it soon. But yeah, each and every one of them is actually designed to build up on everything you did thus far. And some of them, like this one, he will appear again in the future here. This one. And he's actually more aggressive now. He is more tailored to how you will be at that point of the game. And again, it just shows you how you grow. Do I need a good PC to run this game? Unfortunately, and it's really unfortunate, this game is currently a PlayStation 5 exclusive. I also hate that. I hope this game will get released on PC, because this game deserves love. It absolutely does. It deserves every bit of love. So again, bosses in this game are actually fun. No annoying phase, mechanic, or anything like that in any of them. All of them are actually fun, capitalizing on everything you've learned through your combat encounters throughout the game. No boss in this game decided to teach you by reading only a new mechanic it's gonna use in the last phase. Nothing like that. Never happened. No bullshit phases, guys. It's legit like they actually sat down and ask themselves how to make the bosses fun while challenging, instead of how do we make this one an annoying cunt. No stupid mechanics in any of them, mind you, and when there was something new, the game actually paused, showed a tutorial with a video, and it wasn't even a new button combination or anything, just kill them fast. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, from this boss onward, from this one in particular onward, you are actually taught there's a new mechanic in this fight. The new mechanic is that the boss is gonna summon like 5 orbs or whatever, and you have to shoot them before all of them get into the boss or into a really self-explanatory place. You'll know it when you see it in the fight. They teach you have to shoot it in time, or that's an immediate death. You immediately die. You could argue you don't like immediate deaths in games. Sure. This one is completely fair. You have more than enough time. And believe me, for me, aiming with this controller is hard. It's not easy. I don't find that easy. If this wasn't PC and mouse, this would have been a cakewalk. But with a controller, I don't find that easy. And I still had more than enough time to react to all of it. Best viewer, you tried it. Once again, guys, give him... he tried it. You tried it. Good for you. Good job. You give it a shot. Yeah, that's the only mechanic they taught you during a boss fight, and even then, again, it's not a new mechanic per se, it's just like, shoot the things fast. But they still took time to explain it to you, so there's not gonna be a bullshit death on your part. You will never go, oh, what did this boss just summon? Never mind, I'm gonna ignore it, I'm just gonna shoot the boss and die to it, and then you'll learn. They never wanted you to go through that. They immediately paused the game, told you, shoot the things in time before you die, and even showed you a video of how to do it in case that wasn't obvious. And again, no new button combination or mechanics, it's something you already did, but even then they took time to explain what would happen if you failed. That's the way you do it. I don't know what to tell you. That's the way you do it. A boss should be designed in mind of you being able to do it the first time around with no bullshit. No unknown mechanics, no bullshit, not something you only know now. That's why the final boss is not good. Normal enemies don't just crank up to boss difficulty in certain areas just fucking cause. Someone explained to me why the walking samurai guys, why are they like a mini boss in Sekiro? I can never understand that. I also don't recall me skipping any enemies or bosses because they had a very annoying mechanic of where you get punished even if you block or parry the attack, forcing you to solely rely on items. Again, I'm talking about the headless cunts mostly. And like any other mechanic of this, where even if you block, even if you parry, you still get punished. It's either you have the item or not. I legit skipped enemies in Sekiro because they weren't fun to interact with. That's horrible. I'm guessing to kill said enemies, by the way, you'll either abuse a broken tactic. Some of you claim the mortal blade thingy is fucking broken, so I'm guessing you'll use that to somehow kill them. I don't know. Or you'll find some other tactic just to get through that fight, like, or, you know, get stock up on that one item a billion times and hope to God to be lucky that it doesn't build up faster. Sounds like a fantastic design in my opinion, truly. No, it's not. It sounds like fucking bullcrap, to be perfectly honest. Providence. Providence, guys, is this one. This is Providence. It's the final boss of one ending instead of Blade. I think it's a horrible boss. We've went through this here on stream. I think it's horrible. It's a horrible boss. But again, for some reason, people are giving this one shit. Everywhere that I've looked, people are actually giving this one shit, but not to Sekiro. And Ishin in Sekiro has the exact same problems, if not even more. Be it one-shots, be it lots of attacks way too quick that hurt like a fuck ton. You either get it or you die. You either perfect or you die. That's a massive difficulty spike, a stupid difficulty spike. And in this one, there are only 2 phases, but they're too long. Same for Sekiro, it's only 3 phases and one other boss before it for some reason, but it's long. It feels lazy here. Now, I need you guys to imagine something. I need you guys to imagine you're a new game company, like Shift Up, right here. And you make a new game, and you decide to take inspiration from FromSoftware's Sekiro. And when you look for actual criticism to help, there's nothing really to find, because everyone is too busy dick-sucking when they can. Like, how can I blame them for designing something like this if they took inspiration from Sekiro, and nobody complains about it on Sekiro? How can I blame them? Honestly. So why do they get shit on? Everywhere I look, everywhere on the net I look, they get shit on for this boss. Why do they get shit on? Why do they get shit on? And it's okay with Sekiro. I can't wrap my head around it. Like, if you... I don't know what to tell you. I just can't wrap my head around it. Sekiro is even worse. Sekiro introduces in the final boss two mechanics. Two new mechanics, so-called. One of them is the lightning. Not exactly new, but you know, you got to like use it 2 times maybe before that. The other one is the white attack thingies, where you'll still lose substantial amount of health even if you're blocking. Again, in no way, nowhere did they explain, showed you what this is doing. You learn through dying. Why? How is that good? Again, Stellar Blade could have done that. I would have hated it. They could have done it with the one-shot mechanic they have starting from this one. They didn't. They actually paused, showed you a tutorial. Why overwhelm the player when you can just not? Again, I've mentioned that before. Somehow, the world of Stellar Blade feels more alive than Sekiro. That's one of the biggest parts of the game here. I don't know how they managed to fuck that up. Like, I legit have no idea. I have no idea how, but sure. Stellar Blade has a scan ability, as I've shown before. I don't have to spam the fucking camera lock when I get to a new area like a dumbass. I can actually just scan and look, because, you know, it's nice. It's just a nice option to have here instead of, again, spamming an option just to, like, bypass it. When I just run from point A to point B in Stellar Blade, if I now open the desert file that I have here and I run from point A to point B, I'll be enjoying myself way more than at the best boss fights of Sekiro. Let that sink in for a moment for you guys. Like, if I run around from point A to point B in the open world of Stellar Blade, I have a better time than at the best boss fight, Monkey, in Sekiro. Maybe that will make you realize just like how that game wasn't made for me. One final point, one final one. Stellar Blade is challenging but fun at all points except for that one boss. No, wait, what? Except for that one boss. Sekiro for me could have been enjoyable during only specific moments, fights, and worst of all, conditions, when it feels like it's working, when the camera is not getting in your way, when you're not fighting the camera or the bloody ultra instinct of the AI in Sekiro noticing you sometimes for 5 yards away or not, or the fucking controls. Yeah, that's not fun. Fighting all of these things is not fun. Even then, just spamming Parry without feeling satisfied isn't adding much to it, especially when I feel the same where I start the game and finish the game. It doesn't feel fun, it doesn't feel satisfying. At any point, the lack of feedback for both dodging and parrying in Sekiro doesn't feel good. Yeah, at the end of the day, these are different games, right? These are two different games, and they share some similarities. Sure, they don't share the same vision, I feel like, and clearly I just enjoy one vision over the other. That vision is clearly Stellar Blade. Both are Souls-like by genre, but Stellar Blade absolutely annihilates Sekiro in my opinion, and it's not even funny. I really hope this game gets released on PC so that everyone could eventually try this gem out and see exactly what I'm talking about. That's pretty much it. I actually had a lot more points, but considering I've been talking for 1 hour, or to be precise here, 1 hour and almost 9 minutes, about why I think Stellar Blade is just a better game. I think you got the point. I think I went through a lot of points. If you guys have anything else to say, if you want to refute a point, if you want to say you don't agree with something, if you want to say you agree with something, go ahead. I am going to demonstrate this fight, which I've never done on stream now. Because I feel like this fight is actually the best final boss you have in the game. You probably won't see it, especially in comparison to Providence. So first of all, feel-wise, this doesn't feel shoehorned in. I feel like with Providence, they didn't mean for it. So look at this. The boss is actually much less right up there on your ass. And it's not like I remember what the boss attacks are, by the way. I'm just reacting to it as I see it, or fail to. With Providence, I pretty much remember all moves, because you have to. It's either you learn everything or you fail. Hey Ty, hello. I'm just reacting right now to what he's doing. I'm not actually remembering every single thing that he has. Some of the things are familiar here. I actually beat this boss first time on hard mode. Because, again, the design is just great. It's easy to react to what he's doing. I'm looking at his weapons, I'm looking at his hands. There's clear indication of what he's about to do here. Clear indication of what's gonna happen when. Him teleporting now. I'm gonna knock him down. Again, this is hard mode New Game Plus, so it's a little bit harder than usual. So what I'm trying to do here, and again, this will really show the skill expression I talked about before. I am trying to punish him as hard as I can. I canceled an attack just now. I'm trying to build him down here. He has no shield, but he's really good. I think he's going... Yeah, there you go. So block this. Oh. Block it. Nice. We got hit. That's okay, though. Now, I keep holding my shield up sometimes. That is because... Oh, fuck. Wait. Ooh. No. Dodge forward. Nice. I think even if I still got the purple, I have a feeling it would still have punished me. By the way, what happened there? I got hit even though I was holding shield because for a split second I let go to try again. And that immediately kills me. So these like bosses where you have to learn their moves and prefer reaction. I dislike when the only way to beat a boss is by dying over and over again. I don't mind dying over and over again. I dislike it when that's pretty much the only way to beat it. I like it when I have a third chance from the... Why wouldn't you like a third chance from the beginning? By the way, this is the mechanic. If I don't destroy these angels in time, I will immediately die. Every time I destroy one... Again, I told you, aiming is not easy for me here, and I still have enough time. Every time I destroy one, these things are getting shot out. They will kill me. Look at how much time I have there. He's gonna fall down. That's actually gonna let me punish him. We're gonna punch him a little bit and do a finisher. That should be enough, I think, to get into maybe next phase. I'm gonna heal with a lingering potion instead of my actual potions. Or no. Dodge? Oh, fuck me. Look at how much damage got through now. Again, this is hard mode. That's probably the only reason it's doing so much. I'm not sure how that's gonna look like on normal. I dodged that. I'm gonna go forward, knock him on the ground. It looks like he's not switching phases yet. I'm gonna punish him again. I'm gonna push forward with my skill there. I don't think I want to knock him down yet. I'd better keep that for... Oh, fuck. Red attack. I don't know what the red attack is that he's doing. I'm just reacting. Again, I'm just reacting. Trying to, at least. Oh, there you go. I'm gonna heal. The music, Prepare to Orgasm. I fucking love when they bring back motifs from the game. This is a musical motif in the game. I think I'm gonna yeah, we're gonna need to dodge a lot here. Oh no! Oh. See that? I fucked up hard, and I still survived this. Same there. I could have been so easily dead. But again, because this is hard mode and New Game Plus at that, they let you get away with a little more. Or, well, if you're lucky. But I don't mind that. Everything I fucked up there was because I fucked up there. It was my fault. Dodge forward again. I think I'm gonna knock him down. Rush forward. Charge. He could avoid it, so I'm not charging it all the way to the end. He's gonna be knocked down again. I'm gonna do this one more time. Breaking shield, do more damage right there. Notice that the camera in boss fight, by the way, there's an invisible wall, so we... Oh, fuck, wait. I need to concentrate on this one. Oh! Holy fuck. I'm gonna try to heal. Oh, that was close. Spear, dodge again. Dodge all of these. These will explore on the ground. I'm holding blade up because you can actually tell my shield is building up slowly. I'm gonna dodge these a couple of times here. I think I should be able to get away with that. Oh. I'm in danger. Again? Yeah, again. Oh, fuck. That was really dangerous. That's a really dangerous situation right there. If he hit me, like, if he actually hit me, nope, I would have died, holding a shield or not, because my shield was out, and so you take damage when that happens. Rightfully so. We're gonna punish him with this though. Immediately go jump in the air with our other skill set. It should be knocked down. Very, very nice. And we're gonna do Retribution. There we go. He's charging. Have to dodge back here. Oh, fuck me. We need to cancel that, yeah. Red attack. Again, I don't know what the red attack is. I don't remember a red attack here. I am reacting to it. I am reacting to everything that he is doing because I don't know one for one what he's going to do, and that's really cool. I chose to punish him, by the way, right now. That's why we went into that sick ass animation mode. I'll try not to use Taki mode in the game to make this fair so cold. Oh fuck. I'm looking at the arms, by the way. This is how I react. I look at his arms. So we're gonna go ahead and give him spacer. Oh fuck me. During this phase of the battle, you can die so easily if you let him like actually attack you. Disappear. There he is. Again. No. Mess it up. That. Unfortunately, I didn't parry anything there, but at least I didn't take any substantial damage. I'm gonna punish. Knock him down. He dodged it! The AI is actually smart in this game with the way he's dodging. Managed to get that right. Please be enough, maybe? Ah, so close! Please, there you go. Such a fun fight. And again, I completed this my first time around, so I know it's totally doable and possible. Like these animations and the camera movement, together with the music, to show you've won, it's so fucking satisfying in this game. You feel so accomplished here. That's the skill expression in the game. If you actually now compare footage of me starting the game and the footage of this fight now, it's gonna be entirely different. That's skill expression in this game. This was 6 minutes, it felt like 2 minutes for me. That's an amazing design. Like, the fact that I can actually grow in this game, be it by utilizing skills, reaction time, everything. In Sekiro, I didn't have any of this. In Sekiro, I had a parry, and I had an attack button, which was the same, by the way. In this game, you have combos. You have a light attack and a heavy attack, and you can mix in between together with your dodges and skills and all of that. In Sekiro, you don't have that. You have a parry, you have an attack button, and that's it. That's all you have. I don't feel like there's much of skill expression you could have in a game like Sekiro. You could parry everything. That's it. AKA, you could learn to spam or to spam at the right intervals. That's it. But in this game, it's so much more than that. And again, the way the combat feels and looks, this is just wonderful. A wonderful piece of experience. I'm gonna do this boss one time. I'm gonna show you why I hate its design. And yeah. This is one of those cases where even if I beat the boss, even if I know how the boss works, I still think it's horrible. See what happens in comparison to that fight. Immediately jumps in, punches you 2 times. I already lost a bit of HP. He's going in for a combo immediately. Look at this. If I try to heal in any situation here, I would immediately get hit again. I pretty much remember every single thing that this boss is doing, not because I replayed it after stream, but because it took so many fucking tries beating this dude. By the way, if I missed the purple attack right there, I would pretty much die. Like, that's an instant. Now, during the game, you do have the option to revive, mind you, with a heart. In boss challenge, you don't have that, so if you die, you die. Breaking his shield. Look at how much damage I'm doing. It's not a matter of not doing damage to the boss, by the way, that I dislike it here. It's a matter of this piece of shit being a stupid difficulty spike compared to the rest of the game. That's what it's about. This is why this is such a shitty design. This is why this game gets shit on so much everywhere you look. But for some fucking reason, when Sekiro is doing the exact same thing in the final boss, if not even worse, that was such a satisfying dodge. When Sekiro is doing the exact same thing in its final boss, nobody bets an eye. Everybody's like, oh yeah, that's part of it. That's part of the fun. It's made so you do it perfectly. That's what I like about it. Again, the boss dodged me right there. This is actually something I like in the game. The boss is trying to dodge an attacks you're doing in this game. I got to do retribution on him. A first-time player could never do this. A first-time player, when you're playing this boss, it's not something you're gonna be able to do. It's not. This boss is going to overwhelm you. This boss is going to make you suffer. If I don't block correctly once, look at my health. You guys realize that what I lost, the total health that I lost, is more health than you'll ever have in a normal run. Because this is a new game plus, so I do get more health. Let's see if it's gonna... Okay, no. Sometimes when you do that, the boss actually reacts, and he's following that up again. So it's not a surefire way of getting hits in there. You have to actually watch out. A left punch, by the way, means he will follow up with a right. A right punch, by the way, means he's only gonna do a right one. We have to dodge in a second here. Oh, I fucked that up. Dodge again. See, even now, I'm still fucking up. Dodge forward. Counter the back. We're gonna do a beta skill here. I kinda wanted to save them for later, but I see that he... Look at his fucking health. This is still first phase. Okay, there you go. Second phase now. So if you thought this was bad before, now that's even worse. Look at that. Look at that. That almost killed me. If I was a split second off there, by the way, I would have died. Maybe we need to follow up? Yeah, we need to follow up. Ah, no. And I almost failed. I almost died because I relied on the fact that so far the blue attacks pretty much gave me a free hit. Charge and jump. I'm mostly aiming to break shield. I'm gonna stun the boss if I have time for it. Yes, indeed I do. That move that I'm doing right there, if you've noticed, is actually taking... Oh, nice. Thought he was still initiate. That move is actually breaking his yellow bar thingies, two of them every time. So I do like using that one on bosses that have a lot of... oh, fuck me. That would kill me. That is pretty much a one-shot. That is pretty much a one-shot in the game. This is just pain. And unfortunately, this is the boss for the good ending for some reason. I really do think Elden Ring is better both design-wise, both music-wise, everything-wise. Holy shit. Oh, right, that's the thing he's doing. So right here, we'd have to break these before we have an insta-death. We're gonna dodge that, he should be knocked down. We're gonna go closer, 1, 2, you don't want to wait too long, back up. Each and every one of them will get back up, we just have to get out faster. And the boss will still keep going. The amount of time it'll take you to do this boss is pretty much the amount of time it'll take you to do Ishin in Sekiro. But you know what? As much as I dislike this boss, at the very, very least, it's not introducing stupid new mechanics you have to die to know what to do with. Look at how many times I have to react here, by the way. Like, just to stun him properly. That's why I told you before, accomplishing these, like, cues right there doesn't necessarily mean you get a free hit. Doesn't necessarily mean the game is now easier. Oh, that was close. I was like positioned right in the middle. Right in the middle, and that's the only reason I survived. So I can't really stun him right now. You know what? I can actually. I will. I'll use a quick cancel thing. Oh, fuck me. Look at that. I took a chance right there and I chose to cancel his attack because I didn't know what would follow up right there. I don't remember this moveset to be exact, so I chose to take a chance and there you go. Boss complete. From now on, you can't actually fail the boss. Well, you can if you wait too long, but enough is enough. I think we've already established it. All in all I'm gonna say, I found this game to be 10 times more fun, if not more, than Sekiro. It is certainly one of the best games released on PlayStation. It's not my favorite game of all time. You already know I have a lot of criticism about this game, but god fucking damn it, when it's doing things right, it's doing them absolutely fucking right. I hope this game gets released on PC. I hope you get to try it out on your own. I hope you get to see for yourself which one you prefer more. And yeah, I think with this, I can finally put this behind me and kind of establish that, yeah, Sekiro just ain't for me. Based on all of the things I said, I find its design horrible. I don't find its design good. I don't find it fun. I find it lacking in a lot of areas. And once again, all of what I said here are pretty much things that are there in other FromSoftware games from now, what I know. With that in mind, and now you can maybe understand why I am always saying that, yeah, FromSoftware is not, really not something I agree with their design philosophy. I don't like their design philosophy. I don't agree with it, and hopefully, really hopefully, this finally explains why to everyone. So, once again, thank you all so much for joining, whether it was for the boss tier list or if it was for me yapping here or both. I hope you did enjoy this. I hope Sekiro fans will one day recover from this and not be salty forever and ever. Again, people, like what you like. That is totally okay. This was just to explain what I like and don't like. And my voice is pretty much gone at this point, in a way. So we're gonna end stream in here, right here. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you once again, C4, for making the boss tier list. It was really fun to do and talk about. And starting Friday, we are playing Slay the Princess. This should be a good game. I remember checking out the demo a couple of months ago, I think it was, maybe even a year. And it was really good. The demo definitely had potential. We're going to be checking that out on Friday. Maybe even onward. I don't know how long the game will take. I'm not sure how many endings we're even going to do in the game. Again, we'll play and we'll see. We'll find out. That should be plenty fun. Thank you all so much. And I'll catch you guys next time. Hopefully you didn't get too sick of my rambling. I'll see you guys later. Camera didn't get stuck ever since the restart. I think we're good. I think we are good. Have a fantastic